I'm Sarah Chakowski, and I'm a 10th grade life group leader. So growing up, I had thankfully really loving parents, and they were really involved. We went to church, and they taught us about Jesus. So I knew about Jesus. I understood, okay, there's this man that walked the earth, and he died for our sins, and so we should help others out, love each other, and be kind. Starting in around 5th grade, from what I can remember, I started identifying with the peer pressure and comparison that can happen in school and friend groups. I remember thinking, okay, the girls that wear sunrise hoodies, Vans, can talk to boys and have really good grades are the cool girls. And so they're worthy and they're enough. And I kind of kept that mentality through middle school and high school, thinking, okay, if I don't do this or say this or wear this or talk to this boy, I'm not enough and I'm not worthy. So I also started struggling with anxiety and depression, starting in middle school and high school. And along with that, I really began to struggle with the temptations that come in high school, like messing around with boys and partying and drinking. So all of that paired with not being dedicated to church and student ministries and rarely making that one-on-one time with God, I really began to walk this line and path of one foot with God and one foot with the world. I began to put my dating relationships and boys up on a pedestal. I remember thinking, if this boy doesn't love me, I'm not worthy. Or if I don't do this sexual thing with this boy, then I'm not enough, I'm no good. So eventually this way of living had to come to an end. I couldn't serve and idolize and worship two masters. So I had to decide, am I going to obey God and let Him live through me? Or am I going to continue to seek approval from boyfriends and boys and finding my worth in them? So I decided, okay, I'm gonna follow God. I'm gonna put 2 feet in. And with that came obedience and having to make really hard decisions that weren't easy. For me specifically, I had to end relationships and friendships and flee from sexual sin. When those relationships ended, I, of course, was devastated, and it was hard and it was painful. It's still not easy. But God so graciously and patiently sat with me in those moments, and I can remember feeling the palpable hug of God in those heartache moments. So for me, it was really hard to follow after God and continue to be obedient. And so even after I graduated and from high school and made that decision to follow Jesus, I still messed up because I am human, and I still made mistakes. I ended up getting back into relationships and friendships that I knew I was not supposed to be in. But God, again, so gently and patiently corrected me and brought me back onto His path. I had to stay away from dating relationships and stay in obedience with God until I was able to feel that shift and that freedom of being single. I finally saw that I am enough without a dating partner, without a boy, because God is enough and Jesus was enough. I do not need a boyfriend or a dating relationship to make me worthy or enough. I did start dating again. You don't have to be single the rest of your life, but now I know in my current relationship that I am enough without that partner. I am good, I am worthy, even if for some reason my current relationship ended. Following God is a daily surrender. It's not a one and done decision. I had to decide every day, actually I'm not gonna text that boy. Actually I'm not gonna hang out with him because that could lead to this, or I could make a mistake. So I wanna encourage you, when you follow God, when you seek His face, cut everything else out, you will find Him. He's gonna walk with you in those hard decisions. You're not walking alone.